The launch trailer for the finals, which was first screened at the Game Awards last week, was crammed full of action-packed mayhem, but it also had a few Easter eggs hidden in it as well, including one card Embark played that might just hint at an upcoming map. There are also a few Easter eggs that we've already found in the new Las Vegas map, so let's take a look at what secrets have been uncovered so far. G'day Rockhound here! Easter eggs in the finals have been a thing since the first teaser dropped back in November 2021, when we saw a little nod to James Bond with the glimpse of a 007 on the number plate of this Vespa. Since then, we've been treated to an ongoing and complex series of out-of-game Easter egg puzzles presented to us by Rob Brunison, who is an Embark Studios co-founder, as well as their chief content officer and executive producer for the finals. Those puzzles are still being solved, and I'll provide you an update about the progress we've made through them soon. And by we, I mean the group of players, including myself, who spend a lot of time in the Easter egg channel of the finals Discord, trying to figure out what these in-game Easter eggs and the clues in the ongoing puzzles mean. If you're interested in helping us solve them, I suggest you watch the beginner's guide to the finals Easter eggs video I made, which is linked above. But in this video, I want to look at a handful of Easter eggs that were hidden in the launch trailer that we watched during the Game Awards, and then I'll also show you some Easter eggs that we've already uncovered in the Las Vegas map. Now, usually I provide a full, super detailed frame-by-frame breakdown of the finals teasers and trailers, but in my video about the launch of the game, I already covered the fantastic new Las Vegas map, including the Sandstorm variant and new alien invasion and tripwires and turrets events, as well as the light build's new throwing knives and vanishing bomb. So let's take a look at what hasn't been discussed already. One little snapshot of gameplay in the trailer shows this brief shot of an alien invasion during the Las Vegas Sandstorm variant. You can see here a light build character actually grappling on to pieces of the building that are being levitated by the flying saucer. So is this the ultimate height advantage on the Vegas map? Let's move on to Easter eggs hidden in the trailer, some of which appear merely for a single frame. Here we have the much-loved Frank the Pug, who has appeared in pretty much every Embark Studios game trailer so far, including as an on-screen pooch in the first Ark Raiders trailer back in December 2021. Then we come to the more juicy Easter eggs. Beloved Ospu's mascot Namatama shows up as a card dealer to go along with the Vegas theme. Amongst the cards being flung across the screen is a Namatama King, then what looks like either a Jack or Joker Robotama in the likeness of Rob Brunison holding an Ospu's can. Speaking of which, if you didn't catch it already, the morning before the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley teased an actual can of Ospu's, which Embark Studios have had made, so maybe we'll see more real-world merch for the game in due course. Then we got a card that I've now become most interested in. I wasn't sure what this was at first, but if we rotate it around, we can see that it's actually an almost completely hidden Namatama inside a Great Helm Knight's helmet, holding a battle axe to the side. You can see Namatama's shell and yoke here peeking out from behind the opening for the knight's eyes. Great Helm helmets were worn by knights of the High Middle Ages between about 1220 and 1350 AD. So what significance does this have? Well, we never really know until we get some further confirmation, but now that we have the luxury of hindsight, we do know that the Las Vegas map was previously hinted at in a few ways. Most specifically, we had this image which was pieced together by the Easter egg hunters of Namatama in the desert wearing very similar sunglasses to those worn by Johnny Depp's character in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. We also had this casino chip as a weapon and gadget charm in the open beta, and in the trailer for the open beta we had this image, which is a location in the casino Eastwood Drive, so we now know that Embark are willing to tease upcoming maps this way. There are no apparent time limits on what period a map for the finals can come from. We have Monaco 2014, Seoul 2023, and Las Vegas 2032, so we could easily see a medieval castle map from the 13th or 14th century AD. As an example, Edinburgh Castle in Scotland has been around since the 11th century and would make a great map with its elevation above Edinburgh City. But then there's castles in a lot of places, so a castle-based map hinted at by the Knight's helmet could really be anywhere around the Greater Europe region. But I reckon we should definitely be keeping our eyes open for any more castle or medieval clues in the future. Moving on, the trailer then gets hacked with this message. Good evening, this broadcast has been hacked by CNS. One night, "3 dawns, see the signs." This is not the first time we've seen a message like this in a trailer. In the teaser for Closed Beta 2 of the finals, the message read, "Good evening, this broadcast has been hacked by CNS, seek the truth beyond the walls." This started to make us think that there was a game world outside of the arena, which Easter eggs in the trailer's official art and maybe in-game might lead us to. With this latest message, we initially focused on the words 3 dawns, which we thought probably referred to the 3 types of dawn at the start of the day, which are the astronomical dawn when the sun reaches 18 degrees below the horizon. As astronomical dawn starts, you generally can't tell any difference in brightness from nighttime. Then nautical dawn, which is when the sun is 12 degrees below the horizon and which allows sailors to distinguish the horizon at sea. And then civil dawn, which is when the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon and when most objects can be distinguished. However, with the discovery of the card with Namatama and the knight's helmet, we've started wondering if one night actually refers to a medieval night rather than day and night, in which case, what or who are the 3 dawns? It's a puzzle that is yet to be resolved. Also, we wondered if see the signs means that we might actually need to look for some clues in the game, and we have seen and heard a few in-game Easter eggs, so let's look at those now. I'm only going to look at what we've found in the new Las Vegas map so far, as they currently appear to be the most interesting finds, but we'll take a look at the others that we've found some other time. Okay, most of the Vegas Easter eggs are in the alleyway behind the Glamora Casino. In this alley, you can start things off with a little death metal. On this building wall here, you can see a couple of band posters for a band named Death by Rodent. If you arrive here and music is playing, wait until it ends and then there'll be a pause, then the sound of someone tuning their guitar, someone hitting the drums a couple of times, and then the lead singer says this. And you can mosh your guts out while your teammates do all the hard work at the cash out. Also note the dates on the poster are December 19, 20 and 21, so I wonder if we might see something interesting coming up on those dates in a week or so from now. Just along the alley is a street art drawing of a rather insane looking rat. I wonder if one of the members of Death by Rodent left this as their calling card after they put the posters up. There's also a lot of other graffiti in the alleyway as well. Some of the words are easy to read and some not so much. This one's pretty easy. It's the Season 0 sponsor Osboos. Now we haven't worked out what this one says, and that also appears upside down elsewhere as well. And here we have the rat, Osboos, and the unknown word as a combo. We also see the letters VR and the word virtual appearing in multiple places, a probable reference to the finals being a virtual reality game show. Quite a lot of the graffiti is repeated in smaller sizes as well. Above this cluster of words, we have an interesting stencil-like image of a figure. Now we don't have a clue who this is yet. It's not just words we found though. Here we have a bag of garbage, but if you stop and look closely, you'll see that the flies buzzing around the bags are actually dollar bills with wings, which happen to be the in-game reward for completing level 49 of the Battle Pass, which is an emoticon named Easy Come, Easy Go. There are a few Easter eggs that we're still working on, including the noises that come from various slot machines around the casinos, but I think we need to work on those a bit more before we take a closer look at them. Okay, that almost wraps up the video, but I want to leave you with a couple of things. Here's a view of the part of Las Vegas that the map is based on, which is Fremont Street. How do we know it's that part of Vegas? Well, the manhole covers on the map have Clark County Water Reclamation District sewer written on them, and that's the part of Vegas that looks like this. You can see how well the rooftop mall area is replicated. Obviously, all the casino names are changed and refashioned. There are even alleyways in this area that aren't all that different from the one with all the graffiti. And lastly, we've seen a few nods to James Bond movies previously in the finals teasers and trailers, and I wondered if there might be a reference to Bond in the Las Vegas map, but I didn't really find anything in the alleyway. However, I then did a little bit of research and found this scene that's set in the Fremont Street area in Diamonds Are Forever, so maybe the whole alleyway is an Easter egg itself, even complete with the blue dumpsters. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Do the usual YouTube business if you want to see more videos from me from now on. Give a like or comment as you see fit, and enjoy the rest of your day. Kia kaha, stay strong.
Everybody knows the world ain't right. Down on your knees get up and fight.